Hello, welcome back to my channel. Here we awaken, inspire, motivate, and heal. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell if you'd like to be notified when I upload new videos. So today we are talking about the art of creation when it comes to designing a life of innovation. So I touched on the basis of how the world needs your art and how natural burials is a part of the process of evolution and giving back, that they've kind of taken that choice away from us, or the illusion that they've taken that choice away from us in yesterday's video. So if you guys want to see that, go ahead and check that out. Otherwise, today I'm going to be diving into manifestation, and it ties in with my newest design that I created today. So basically, manifestation isn't really talked about. It's not really taught. It's kind of pushed under the rug, ignored, truly acted like it doesn't even exist. But the laws of the universe are in place for a reason. So let's talk about manifestation. A lot of times when we think of things that we want to manifest, we're thinking about things that already exist in this time-space reality. They already exist on this planet, but you want to get your hands on these specific things, experiences, people, places, all sorts of things that already exist right now. Don't get me wrong, you can manifest whatever you want. You can see a specific car and decide, I want to manifest that car. You can see specific objects or places people have traveled to, and you can specifically decide, I want to manifest this, which is great. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that. If that's what you are desiring, you sure as hell have the right to experience that while you are alive on this planet. And yes, I do believe in reincarnation, but I mean, like, while you are alive, as you are right now, every single lifetime, like, you're a different person, different thoughts, different beliefs, different desires, right? And who you are right now has its own specific set of desires, and you deserve to experience those while you are alive in your current vessel, right? And I'm not saying you have to believe what I believe in, but that is just my perspective, right? So I want to talk about how can I put this? So when it comes to manifesting things, we are manifesting our own evolution. We're not just manifesting the things that are in other people's hands and we want them in our hands. We are manifesting things that don't even exist yet on this planet at all. We have the power, and we are, whether we even realize it or not, subconsciously or consciously, we are creating out of thin air, which is absolutely incredible, because when it comes to manifestation and the art of creation, we have the ability to really have our hands in the clay. We have a huge impact on how the planet is going to evolve. And what I really like about this is you can follow the law of attraction, the law of assumption. Sorry. And you can, again, manifest whatever you want, even if it exists, or you can literally imagine something that doesn't even exist yet and play a part in having that come into existence, which I think is super cool. And I think it's really important that we talk about this, because a lot of people don't even realize that they can manifest whatever they want. And I know that a lot of people don't realize that they can manifest whatever they imagine, which I think takes us to a whole nother level. truly. To actually think about that and think about the power that we have to be able to do that is absolutely insane to me. It blows my mind. It's like mind-boggling. It's more than we can even imagine that it is. See, take the building, for example, that was on the design that I created today. It's kind of weird shaped, right? It has this curve to it. And I did write a blog post about this. That's what I've been doing. I'm not just gonna tell you guys that it's just a for sure thing that every single day I'm gonna have a new design and a new blog post and a new video up. But that's the new thing that I'm trying, and it's working pretty well right now. So I'm not telling you like I'm going to 100% end up committing to it long term, but that is what I'm doing right now, and we're gonna see how it goes. So I talked about this in the blog post, but somebody imagined the building. Somebody had the vision in their head of this building, and it didn't exist yet. Other people couldn't imagine it because it wasn't in their head, you know? Somebody imagined it, somebody drew up the blueprints, somebody was very, very specific with the tiniest of details in order to help this imagined building become an actual physical reality. And because they saw the world a little different, they were able to manifest that into the actual world, into the 3D where people can see and touch, and it's actually there, right? It's real. It's not just in the imagination. It became real, and then the entire world could see their vision because it was right there, right? That's how manifestation works. You're going to see it in your own mind before the rest of the world sees it, before it actually manifests. So think about how the world should be in your eyes. Imagine the possibilities. Imagine what could happen, right? I'm gonna grab something. So these are, that I've got in my hands, these are the different color levels of consciousness, right? First you got blue, which is things that fall under the blue consciousness would be typical traditional beliefs, things that everybody's been believing for a while, right? So things like religion, different traditions, conformity, democracies, different things where people were taught the same thing over and over and over again. That's the first color of consciousness, right? And then we got orange. So that's capitalism, money, progress, science. Then we got green, philanthropy, Burning Man, being vegan, ecology. Can't believe I just said that wrong. And altruism. So that's like more health conscious, right? And then the final level of consciousness, the color is yellow. And that actual entire bottom line is that your beliefs is what equals your reality, because what you are shining out is going to be reflected back to you. That is the laws of the universe. That is how it works, whether you are consciously aware of that or you are subconsciously experiencing it. It's still true. Now, I don't really want to butcher his name, but Aaron Doughty talked about this in one of his recent videos within the past week or two. I will link his page in the description, so you, or how would I link that specific video in the description, and then you guys can subscribe to him if you guys want to, so you guys will be able to understand more in depth what I'm talking about with these colors here. But I end up leaving a comment on that video, and I want to talk about it because I feel like this might be kind of revolutionary. He talked about how you're born into blue, and you end up kind of moving up as you are more spiritually aware. But something I noticed about myself is I dropped blue, right? And I tend to look at the world through this lens, and I tend to view both of these through this lens. So I like to look at capitalism, money, progress, science, and then have it be more eco-friendly, right? How can this be running in more of a way that is fair for everyone, that is good for the planet, good for the environment, that is overall thrive-worthy, I guess. And I try to rearrange all my beliefs in that specific way. Like, I truly believe that the entire matrix does not need to just collapse, that we can kind of rebuild it in a more positive way, in a less corrupt, I don't even know how to put it, but it doesn't need to be fucked up, right? It doesn't need to, I don't really know how to explain it, but if we are creating, which we are, the evolution of our planet, we don't just need to completely wipe out everything that's already here. Like, for instance, the internet. I would say the internet has its problems. It does, especially the dark web. But I feel like the internet does way more good than it does harm, depending on how you use it, right? So if we are more conscious about the fact that our beliefs are creating our reality, then we should be able to rebuild orange in a more of a green way, right? So that is my thoughts on that. You can literally imagine how you want the world to be in a innovative, cutting edge, leading edge, as Abraham Hicks would say, perspective. We are manifesting our future, not just our future, but the future of this planet, our children's future, their kids' future depends on how we are vibrating, thinking, feeling, acting, right? This is so important, and it's really not spoken about, but it truly makes a difference. Like, it actually really matters. It actually makes me excited to think about this stuff, because not only have I been working on my own manifestations and how I imagine that the planet would be running in optimum, I don't know the word, but like just thriving, right? The planet could completely thrive and be at its absolute best. I truly believe that, and I'm going to continue to look at it from that yellow perspective, because that is how it manifests, right? So I really like the power that we've all been given. It's been a little bit of a rocky road, right? Especially with all the corruption and the fact that we weren't taught any of this, but we're getting there, right? And you found this video, so that means that you are probably meant to help imagine what kind of world we're gonna build. It doesn't always have to be all or nothing. It doesn't always have to be that anything to do with the system is bad. It just needs to be rebuilt. Like, for instance, we talked about in previous video this week about how it's not bad to eat animals, but what is bad is when they're treated poorly, slaughtered poorly, and nobody gives a shit about them. You know what I mean? It's like that. The whole thing just needs to be thought up, created in our heads, and manifested in a more conscious, deliberate way. We need to be awake. We need to be aware of every little bit of every little thing and how it all works together as a whole, and how it can work better than it ever worked before. So I am super excited about this. If you guys have any specific ideas or just things that you think would be really beneficial to the planet, like what should we keep, what should we get rid of, what just needs a total redesign, please feel free to share them in the comments, because I think as a collective it is extremely powerful if we can all be manifesting the same things, if that makes sense. Like, we all have different beliefs, but that doesn't mean that we can't agree on certain things and come to terms with different things. Like, everybody I've spoken to about animal consumption agree with me when it comes to, like, they don't want to control how people eat, they just want to control how the animals are treated. A lot of people think that they can't control how the animals are treated when they are bred for human consumption, which is true. No one person can just redesign the whole meat industry, but if we are constantly imagining these, beautiful farms that they're living on with ample space and time, I don't know why I said time, but like love, care, and affection, and being very quickly euthanized so that they don't even know what's happening. They don't see it coming. They don't see it happening to their family. They don't understand at that level. It's just lights out. I think not a single person on this planet would be upset about somebody else eating another animal if the animals did not experience not a drop of cruelty. There are certain things that just need to have a little brainstorming, a little bit of thinking outside the box, a little bit of how can we fix the planet that we are living on. Again, we don't need to just burn it all down, but it does need to be redesigned. Pretty much everything. The way we're operating at almost every single level of everything needs to be rethought about, and basically, like I talked about my colors, this is truly what I believe. I believe that this can all be rebuilt so much better. So we are conscious creators. We are awake. We are aware of the impact that our actions have on other people, on the planet, and future generations. Stuff doesn't have to be all or nothing, and it doesn't have to be like anything it's ever been before. See, history will repeat itself if not learned from. And if anything, I have learned that we need to do something that's never been done before. We need to be manifesting cutting edge innovation, but innovation that doesn't hurt our planet or hurt other people. We need to be imagining stuff that the naysayers or the people who'd say that's not possible would think is total fairy I feel like that's not coming out right. Like, oh, they think it would be like a fairy tale. They're like, oh, you're living in a fairy tale. You're not even living in reality. That is how I feel like we need to be imagining and believing how our future could be, because it very well can be. According to the laws of the universe, that's very, very possible. And right away, you need to break through with understanding the laws of the universe and how it is possible, so that we can work on redesigning everything, because it is so important. Our future depends on this, and we are the change that this planet needs. If you have come across this video, it's probably not on accident, and you could be extremely important in the evolution of the planet and how things play out. So allow yourself that time to think and to truly ponder what the planet needs, what it doesn't, what could be fixed, and if we each had, you know, a genie and 100 wishes, what would the planet look like for everyone? How could it be fair for everybody? How could it evolve and that it is truly, truly beneficial for every single living being on this planet? And I can't wait to see all of the higher vibe individuals come together and take the reins and say, away from the evil people and corrupt people and asleep people, and say, you've had your turn, this has went on long enough, this is how it's about to be. And I'm just excited, like, this is gonna be good. I know it. The only way for me the only way to go from here is up. Gosh, I feel like that, I mean, that is what I'm trying to say, but I banish the spirit of chaos and confusion across all areas of my life. So negative and energies, entities really fighting me right now. They do not like what I'm doing. They don't like what we're doing. I really be feeling sometimes that the earth has been the devil's playground, and they do not want us to take it away from them, but that is too damn fucking bad, because it's time. So I hope this video has opened your eyes, gave you a new perspective, and I am so excited to read the comments later and see what kind of ideas you guys have came up with. Let's all manifest a better planet, a better world for all of us, for everyone involved. Give me a moment of silence. I'm going to try to think of a really good affirmation for this, but again, I feel like I'm heavily being attacked in the spiritual right now. My words are not working correctly, so just give me a moment. Okay, so it kind of came through, but let's see if this will come out right. And I'm just noticing now I got a pause button, so next time I guess I'll just pause the video so you guys don't have to wait for me. Sorry guys, I'm still pretty new to this. So I'm declaring that everything that we are manifesting is going to manifest for the highest good of everybody involved. For all living beings, the planet, everything is going to work out for the highest well-being and the highest timeline of everybody that is involved. In whatever you believe in, we pray. Amen. We got this. Don't overthink what I said about whatever we pray, because religion and all that type of stuff is just trying to divide us, but we are a collective consciousness of humans, and we're not going to argue about over who is right and wrong. This is not the place for that. We come together here in full and complete understanding. So may we come up with some incredible things to all manifest for the highest well-being of every single person, place, thing, anything, anyone involved. Let's do this. I'll talk to you guys next time.